to a new installment of my channel, which will be geared towards beginners. So, how do Lolita? To start, the basic stuff, like, what is Lolita? What are the substyles? Stuff that, like, you probably see online, might be confused about. So, Lolita is a Japanese street fashion, which started off in Harajuku, Japan. That is also where many other popular street styles like fairy K and other forms of decor and whatnot. It's my cat. So yeah, Japanese street fashion. It's based off of Victorian styled, like Victorian dresses mixed with 1950s like cuts of dresses. If you've seen like old black and white films or like model like fashion drawings from the time period, you know that the silhouette is very similar. So is Victorian clothing. It's geared towards modesty, so you wear a blouse under your JSK. Less is hot because honestly we don't want you to die, but that it's preferred. Covering the shoulders, and usually all like skirts will be knee length or lower. If not, it'll usually it's like a scallopette, which might be slightly shorter and go up like maybe 3-4 inches above the knee. Some Lolitas debate whether that is considered actually Lolita, but that's another story. So what else is there to know about it? Well, for one, there are 3 main sub-styles to this sub-fashion. First being Sweet Lolita, which I'm wearing today actually. If you've seen my previous videos, you know I went to a party today with my best friend's early birthday. You should check her out on Tumblr. Her URL is Fun Size Cake, and she does really amazing art. I'll put her URL in my description so you can check her out. So, the 3 substyles. Sweet Lolita, it is basically classified by pastel colors, though there are black, and most of the time it's very over-the-top, cutesy. You will see motifs of like animals, sometimes babies, like baby stuff, like baby room stuff, or toys, or treats, anything in that genre. So, in Gothic Lolita, which is the next substyle, you have sort of a darker version of Sweet. It deals with more traditional Gothic themes, such as cathedrals and churches, any Christian really motif, crosses, Christian motif. Overall dark colors. Some of those styled dresses will be longer. That's just something that's grown over time in the fashion. And usually darker colors, you won't wear like as big of a head bow unless you're bittersweet, which is a sub-style, sort of a mix between the two. And mostly dark colors, though you can wear white with Gothic Lolita if done properly and wearing the proper motifs. And not all Lolita that's in black is considered Gothic Lolita, because it could be a sweet print just in the dark print. Now for classic Lolita, I like to think of classic Lolita as more leaning towards the Victorian era, really. This style will mostly feature floral prints, and if anything else, there may be a print that's like art related or anything in that realm that's a little bit lighter colored than the Gothic Lolita print. So there's that. I can give a few examples of some Lolita prints for each one so you can see the difference yourselves. For a Sweet Lolita print, I would say look up, I'm wearing one actually right now, you can look this one up. It is Infanta's Dolly House, though sometimes titled Sweet Dolly House. Infanta is a Taobao brand that sells Lolita. For a Gothic Lolita print, I would go towards maybe Holy Lantern by Angelic Pretty, or anything by La Meme Multier, if I pronounce that correctly. And for a classic print, I would suggest anything that's really from Juliette S. Justine, or anything that's really Innocent World. First one that pops into my mind would be their Alphonse Mocha dress. So there you have that. Now there are some sub-styles to those, like I stated before, Bittersweet, which is sort of a mix between Sweet Lolita and Gothic Lolita. It revolves around the whole creepy, cute, pastel gothish fashion scene, if it were. There's also the more popular ones, such as Himi Lolita, OTT Sweet. I think Old School Lolita is making a comeback as its own sub-style, which is really just like, Old School Lolita would be anything that's mostly solid colors and lace styles pertaining to literally Old School Lolita, like how it was in the 90s up till like 2005, 2008. Other sub-styles would, I would say, Gyro Lolita, which, if I'm correct, it's the one where you have blood splatter everywhere. And there are a few others, but I haven't really seen most of these. There's Punk Lolita and Wild Lolita, which is basically like you take a kimono and put it to the Lolita silhouette. Which, speaking of the Lolita silhouette, why do you need it? Well, what really defines Lolita from other sub-styles is the shape. Now, in Sweet Lolita, you have really like cupcake skirt, which is like that. Like, you know how you see a cupcake. I'm wearing 2 petticoats to achieve that at this moment. You can check out my Tumblr to see how it really looks. I'll put links. And for Gothic Lolita, you might have to go with a more A-line skirt, just because the way those dresses are cut, and sometimes they're longer. A-line petticoats are going to be more like this. You can think of it as like an A, and it flares out at the bottom. So it's not really picking up much at the waist, and it just pulls the skirt out at the bottom, near the hemline. And classic Lolita is going to be somewhere in between. You can have a big cupcake skirt that's going to be like somewhat of muted cupcake, maybe like that, or A-line. So, I hope that helps. Basically that is Lolita. You kind of need a petticoat for it to be Lolita. And I can recommend some places and brands which sell Lolita if you have any concerns. Just message me on my Tumblr, just under Standalone. I'll put a link below. Or you can just comment and I'll answer. Anyway, I hope this video helps when you begin your Lolitas, and I hope you enjoyed this new series I'm working on.